and I'll find a way to get through. Yeah, 'cause living without you. Hey, what's up, y'all? I know men aren't supposed to have like a biological clock, but I'm like, where my babies at? Somebody need to have this baby. All right? I don't have a girlfriend. I ain't got no kids. Two people should be calling me daddy, and it's not happening. It's wild, man, because I'm ready. I feel like a lot of time women always want me when I'm not ready. I got it together. We're good now. I figured it out. Not all of it, but I'm like, this is the most on track. But I think most of the time I'm not interested. I'm like, nah, I'm not. I'm good. And I'm just now starting to be like, you know, maybe. That'd be cool to be like, hey, don't touch that. I was talking to this girl, and she was like, she was famous. She got more followers than me, whatever. And she was fine. She was really cool. Cool personality. I didn't feel like the rapport was there. I feel like I didn't feel like I can like banter with her. And this is kind of petty, but I didn't like this about it. I didn't like the fact I went to her Spotify and looked at her most repeated songs, and they were TikTok. They were just popular songs that you would see people doing dance moves. I was like, oh, you have no musical identity, which is, for me that's huge. Like I love music. I thought that was kind of like a turn off, but whatever. She was just. I think I liked the fact that in a she wasn't in a similar industry, and she was doing well. And I was like, cool, power couple. That's what I was thinking. But she kept flaking on me. She would always flake on me all the time. It was so much, and I would forget that she flaked on me because my memory is trash. Like I'll break up with some girl, and I'll be like, man, I can't believe. I don't know why I broke up with her, man. She was so dope, and she was this and that. And then I'll hang out with her for like 10 minutes, and I'll be like, oh, that's the reason that we broke up. And that's what I would do with this girl. She was just like, I would forget that she flaked on me. I had to save her number as her name, Flake. Don't answer the phone. I had to put that because that's how many times she flaked. I would forget. And, so we hadn't spoken like 6 months because she flaked on me. 6 months. And then we ran to each other at the airport. Then we were talking, and there was rapport. Like, it was great. It was great conversation. It was like, I don't know, it was really good banter, very funny. It was just fun. And I was like, oh, this is like, that was the best conversation I've ever had with her. And she was like, we should like hang out soon. I was like, yeah, absolutely, let's do it. And so when the day comes around, guess what she does? Flakes. She flakes. Of course she does. Of course she flakes on me. Hey, I can't do it, but I had some friends come in town. That's what she said. I had some friends come in town, and I'm sorry, I can't hang out. How long did you know those friends were coming to town? How long did you know? So I was like, hey, listen. I want to hang out with you, but you flake too much. I just said it. I was like, you flake too much. And she was like, oh, I didn't even realize, that I was flaking on you. I don't think I flaked, but if you feel that way because you're soft, you're a soft little boy. That's what it felt like she was saying. You're a soft little. Then I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings? That's what I read in the text message. She didn't say that word for word, but that's what she meant. She was like, "Oh, did I hurt your feelings?" And she was just kind of like, I've been talking to you the most out of anyone, which that doesn't even feel good. I've been talking to you way more than I've been talking to this person. Anyway, so she was like, I've been trying to take you seriously, but like, maybe we should just be friends. And I'm like, whatever, bro. You want to be friends? We can be friends. But my friends, they don't flake on me. So you still can't flake. And I was like, yeah, cool. If I see you around, I'll see you around or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So she stops liking and whatever, commenting on my things. Whatever, bruh. Whatever. And then like it's a week later, I'm looking at some random video. You know how these random videos in your feed go viral? It's a random video that goes super viral. And it's some woman, and going to a song, and she's pointing at reasons that it's hard dating. And she was like, oh, he's like in his 50s, or he doesn't have a job, or he has a bunch of kids with baby mama drama, or he's broke. And then all these women are like, yeah, I feel the same way. And then I see the girl that I was talking to comment, girl, tell me about it. For who? Tell who about it? Because who over 50? I'm not broke. I don't got no kids. All the things that she pointed to didn't pertain to me. So I was like, oh, there's just another thing that she doesn't like about me. That she, you know. It's just another thing. I just feel like, bro, there's a girl I was talking to. I wouldn't talk to her. I just seen her. She was like down the street from my house. I was walking. She's with her dog, and I'm telling you, bro, to me, dogs and people having kids is pretty much the same. I know it's different as far as like safety. Like it's harder to raise a child than it is, a pet. I get that. But for me, I'm like, you still got to find a babysitter. You still got to do, like raising a child and having a dog is it's really similar. And I used to be like, I'm not dating anyone that has kids. I'm not dating the one that has any dogs. And then I went from that to being like, if she got, well, how cute is the dog? And then to being like, I'm probably not going to date anybody that has kids, because your standards, whatever. So she had a dog. I went over to her, and I'm pretty direct in any form. If you know me, I'm pretty direct. So I was like, hey, I seen you. And I was like, wow, I should see her again. So can we go out to coffee or something? And then she was like, yeah. And I was like, let me go ahead and give you my Instagram. Let me get your Instagram. I'll add you on Instagram instead of getting your number so you can, bam, see your boy look important. That's the only reason I added her on Instagram. I could have got a phone number, yeah. But I wanted her to be like, look, hey, y'all always care about important people. It looks like, from these points of views, that I'm important. So I hit her. I was like, hey, let's grab some cops. She's like, all right, this time, this place, cool. That time shows up right before that time. She goes, oh, hey, I got sick. We should do it another time. I said, absolutely. I said, let me know when you're free, and we'll do it another time. And she goes, cool, have a good weekend or whatever. So I was like, all right. So she didn't talk to me for 6 months. That's fine. It's like a week later, I get a DM. She laughed at something I put on my story. And I was like, oh, that's the girl from a long time ago. And then 2 days after that, she laughed at something else. And I was like, oh, y'all must have broke up. You and whoever. Y'all broke up. Or something, right? Yeah, man. Hey, look, I'm important. People ask me, they're like, yo, is it hard to date because of where you're at in life, I guess. And it's not hard. It's hard to date for anyone. A lot of options aren't good. When people say they don't have options, they mean they don't like their options. That's what that means. They do not like their options. No one has zero options. You just are so above your option, you're like, that's not even an option. And you're like, yeah, it's an option. Why don't you date that person? Nah, I'm not. You know why I'm not dating that person. Yeah, but that's stupid. Yeah, well, not to me. Some people just got weird. Like, for instance, I'm talking to somebody right now. Technically. We're just talking. And she's like, what's up? And I'm like, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm doing what was done to me. I'm like, nah, how's that thing though? I don't like the thing. What thing? Nah, it doesn't matter. I don't even know why when people break up and then they're like, why do you want to break up? I don't even think you need to give them an explanation. Unless it's like, oh, this will help you in the future dating. But if you just give an explanation just to break someone's heart, I don't know. That's crazy to me. We shouldn't be together. Why? I just don't want to be with you. Why don't you want to be with me? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Unless it'll help me out. But if you don't want to be with someone over something they cannot change, then why would you tell them? I just think keep that to yourself. You don't need to know why you're breaking up. Keep it on the low. 'Cause your heart can't take it anymore. Anyway, I usually get people's numbers. I don't get the social media because I like to start fresh. I would never date. I'm not dating a fan. I would date someone who knows who I am, but I wouldn't date a fan. Which is, I say that, and then women that are fans that like me try to play it off. Yeah, I'm not a fan. It's like, yeah, you are. You just asked me how Simon was. Anyway, people say that would you be afraid of meeting someone that only likes you for your money? It's like that's never gonna happen. Like I just can't see that happening. I think all the guys that are dating a woman who is dating him for the money, they know that. They're okay with it. They're like, I'll take the trade off. If I get to be with a fine piece of you, and all I gotta do is give you money, yeah, I'm cool. They know that. People act like they're educating. If they're happy, who cares? Who cares? Maybe there's a small percentage of dudes that don't know the woman is only with them for the money. But I am not dumb. I know if I just know, and it doesn't even matter. First off, if I like her, then that's a good trade-off. I'm okay with it. If I like her, if she makes me feel good, hey, take all the money. Also, I don't have that much money. The reason I have money is because I don't have any kids or a girlfriend. As soon as that comes, broke city, bruh. I'm single rich. I'm single rich. Yeah, man, I don't care. Look, man, I'm not gonna date anyone that just likes me for my money. First off, those women don't even approach me. I get the kindest, I get the sweetest and beautiful-hearted people that approach me. I really, man, they know. I get good ones that have the thing that I don't like. They just have like one thing. It's always like one thing. You will never in your life see me argue, yell an argument. I don't see that. Like I've had a couple of my friends that, we went through our phase where we weren't cool, but we're cool again. They yelled at me. But you just don't yell. You should never yell in any position. After you become grown, there's no point in yelling. Like, we're grown-ups. Let's talk about it. You disagree here, I disagree here. I'm not about to yell at you, but that's crazy. That's when people fight. I don't want to fight. I do not want to fight, man. I know I like MMA and I like boxing and combat sports, fighting. Bro, I'll just watch fighting. I'll be on YouTube watching street beefs. Those dudes are trash. No disrespect. They're bold and they're like crazy and they're, tough for getting in there. But they're not technical good fighters. They're not. And I like watching it. I don't care. I just like watching it. But in real life, I don't want that smoke. I don't want none of that. I'm not trying to get beat up. And I'm not trying to beat anyone else up because I'm going to hurt myself by hurting them. And then I don't feel good. You're not going to feel good afterwards. You're not going to feel good after you beat someone up. You feel like a bully. You feel bad. Well, some people feel good. Some people are evil. That's the crazy thing. Some people are evil. Some people. Some people are evil. You ever meet someone that's like, no, that's most people. It's like, no, who hurt you? Somebody hurt you, man. That's not, which is not funny. Somebody hurt you. And I hope you get some healing, all right? Make sure you forgive whoever hurt you for yourself. That closure's for you. Yeah. Somebody clapping in the background, what I'm saying. That closure is for you. You should never seek, like, closure from anyone that gave you pain. It's for you. You need it so you can move on. But also, most people in the world, good people. They might disagree with you. That doesn't make them a bad person because they disagree with you on a subject. They're good people. But there's some people that are evil. There's some people that are like, I like being evil. Oh, man. I met a couple of them. It's scary, man. It's like an energy thing. It's like when someone's like, there's like, gun energy? Like where you can hang around someone and their confidence is like, oh, you got a gun on you. I can tell. I'm like, oh, that's gun energy. That's the same with like evil energy. There's some dude over here was just walking his dog. He was standing right next to my camera. And I was like, oh, he's just listening. Which is fine because I'm putting this on the internet. I don't think that bothers me, but it is funny. It's funny. So I'm going to type something in. There's this app. It's called, I'm not even getting sponsored by this app, but this app called Donna. It's an AI app. You can make songs. It's Donna. I don't know if can you see it? It's loading right now. Anyway, so I'm just going to type in a random song. All right, I'm going to type in, watch this. Preacher Lawson talking on a microphone in the park around people and their dogs playing. All right, so that was the subject of the song. All right, so I'm gonna select the move. I got happy, confident, motivational, passionate, spiritual, depressive. So I'm gonna depressive sounds funny. I'm gonna put depressive. So I could pick like the genre of music too: blues, funk, rap, pop, classical. I'm just gonna pick pop because I feel like pop is the easiest to listen to universally. So I picked it. So it's gonna take 2 or 3 minutes to make this song. It's gonna notify me, and it's gonna make a full song of what I just typed in. So it's over for the music industry. It's over. I mean, it's not over. Like we're always gonna listen to music, but it's like over. Like this is the first iPhone. The first iPhone came out what 14 years ago. Look what we got now. The Apple Vision Pro. I don't know if anyone's ever used Apple Vision Pro. Go on the Apple Store right now. It seems like I'm being sponsored by these people, but I'm not. I would love to. They got a lot of money. Go into that store and try the Apple Vision Pro out. It's the craziest thing that you will ever experience. It's crazy. I mean, it's $3,500, which is way too much. Unless you have money to just waste, don't buy it. But it's insane. And that's 14 years later. Everything's just getting better faster. Like this AI thing is crazy. I just think it's not good. I mean, whatever, man. You know how like people were like, oh man, this is scaring me, how fast AI. It was never scaring me. Like I'm still not scared. But I do think it's gonna be boring. Like things are gonna be so boring. 10 years from now, what's the music industry gonna be like? That's why they beefing. That's why all these rappers, Kendrick Lamar, that's why you got, Drake, they trying to make it interesting. Yeah, and I was, with your girl. Ain't that crazy? This is the crazy thing to me, is that there's more women than there are men in the world. There's so many more women, but somehow these rappers keep messing with the same one. As a rapper, don't you have like more options? You have a bunch of options. You're doing concerts with thousands, tens of thousands of people after the show, and you still end up with the same one? That's crazy, man. There's too many, it's just whatever. So that's why they're dissing each other, is because they're trying to make things interesting. They're like, I was with your girl, I was with your mama. Okay, the song's done. Song's done. I told you it's a pop song, right? Watch this. I'm going to play this song, and I can play the full song because all this is royalty free. That's another thing that's crazy, bro. I could put this song on Spotify, make music. Make money. It's still loading. I don't know why it told me it was done. I hate when that happens, when it's done and it's not really done loading. Like that'll never happen with the microwave. You'll never go and, put something in the microwave and then like some Hot Pockets or something, and then the microwave's done, then you open it, it's like, I'm just playing. I still got 2 more minutes. And it's like, well, why would you say that? I mean, sometimes it is like that where you open it and you're like, it's not done. But that's your fault. This is not my fault. It notified me and said, hey, this is done. And I went to go click on it, and it's like, now let's make Preacher look stupid. And I know we've never done this before. Anytime it said it was done making the song and it notified, it worked. But let's not do it right now since he's recording. And it's frozen. All right, so I'm just going to exit out, and I'm going to go back to it. Let me see if I can. Oh, here it goes. Lost in the Park. Lost in the Park. This is the song. Look at the cover art.
In the park, the preacher Lawson speaks his mind.
It's crazy.
People walk by with their dogs in line. His words are powerful, but no one stops to listen. Just focusing on the fun, not paying attention.
This is what I just typed this in.
Dogs playing around, laughter in the air, but preacher Lawson is lost in despair.
Anyway, so we don't need to hear this full song. I mean, I'll post the song so you can download in this, in the bio. If you want to listen to the song, I'm not gonna play the whole song. But what my point is that it made a full song. Something I just typed in about, like, there's no need. If you ever need an intro for your YouTube video, or your music video, or you need a ringtone, or for a friend, that's always late, or anything you need. If you need classical music, if you need background music for a movie that you're shooting, You don't have to hire anybody. You could just pay $5 a month or whatever this is, and it's weird, bruh. There's a lot of jobs. That's why everyone's a comedian now. There's so many comedians, man. There's too many comedians. I'm gonna say it. Too many comedians. Way too many people on stage trying to be funny. And a lot of them are funny. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of people I'm like, dang, that's a good joke. That's a good bit. But there are too many people. Everybody's a comedian. And I will say this. When you start doing comedy, there's going to be a lot of people that tell you, because after shows, I'll meet a comedian, and then and they'll say things like, yeah, you inspire me because blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, nice. Are you a comedian? They're like, nah, no, not really. What do you mean not really? I only been on stage like, a couple times. I've only been on stage. I've been doing comedy for like 6 months. I'm not really a comedian yet. Yeah, you are. Because you did it. One of my favorite quotes: every decision you make is a vote for the person that you want to be. If you make a decision to go on stage every week, you're a comedian. You're voting for a comedian. It's too late. If you have sex, you're not a virgin anymore. It's the same with comedy. I don't know why that was the first analogy I thought of, but that's what I'm saying. It's too late. Comedian. No one's saying you're a good comedian. No one's saying that you're the best comedian in the world. You probably are trash, especially if you're new. You're always going to be bad. You might be good for just starting out, but, you're always going to be bad, which is okay. When I first started doing comedy, I didn't think I was funny enough to be a comedian. I did not think I was funny. I was like, I thought I was funny enough to get away with comedy until I get into acting. That's what I thought. And then I did comedy, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. And then you get better. You just get better. You get better. And you keep going. But there's a lot of comedians that start off, and there's other comedians that have been doing it a long time. They've been doing it a long time. And they haven't been where they want to be. They're frustrated with where they're at in their career, so they make this fake imaginary hierarchy. You gotta be on the road featuring at least. You gotta at least host the weekend. You gotta headline once before you will you gotta be an established. You're a comedian. They call you open micers. That's a rank. I mean, open micers is people. That's a real thing. That's not a negative term. Like open micer is usually just someone that, they're comedian, but their rank is open mics. It's weird because you go from open micers to like just a road comedian, people down the road. Headliners, yeah. I guess there's open micers, hosts, features, headliners, and I guess after that it's just comedians. It's weird. Look, man, it doesn't matter. If you like comedy and you're doing comedy, you're enjoying it, keep doing it. There is a lot of you, but whatever. Everyone's trying to be in entertainment. Everybody. Which means if you are in entertainment, step your game up, bruh. Step it up. I didn't know if my leg was going to make it up here. But since it's here, it's stuck. That's how old I am, bro. I look old. You know why I don't care about... I don't know why people... Because it's weird. When people get like surgery so they can look better, they don't try to look better. They always try to look younger. They try to look less wrinkly or whatever. Like, who cares if you look older? I look old. I look old. This woman asked me, she said, how old are you? And I told her as a joke, I said 43. And she says, okay. What you mean, okay? That I'm not 43. And then she goes, oh, I knew you were lying. Were you like 36? No. I'm younger than 36. That's 2 times you hurt my feelings. And she said, well, quit playing. Just tell me how old you are. I said, I'm 28. She said, hell no. What? Why is that a hell no? But when I say 43, it's like, all right. When I thought I was 28, she said, hell no. I look old. I know I look old, man. People try to make me feel better. Yeah, but you black. You black, man. That means you're going to look like that for the rest of your life. No, man. Most black people look amazing when they age. Most black people look amazing, but there's a few they be looking old. That's me. I'm one of the few. I know I look old. That's okay. I don't think I look unattractive. I just look like somebody's granddaddy, bro. I've always looked older. I thought I was smooth, man. When I was younger, I was like 17. I was sneaking into these bars doing comedy. I'm like, yeah, I'm way smarter than these bouncers because they're not even checking my ID. And they're thinking, no, he's clearly old enough to be here because I just look old. I've had this same voice since I was 15. I look old, bruh. I'm not sad about it. This is the crazy thing. I'm not sad about it, but if I could change it and not look as old, just my age. I'm not saying I gotta look in my 20s, because women like men, you know. And I feel like I get a little more respect from the youngsters. You know what I mean? But like, I would like to look my age. You know, I'm not trying to speed, baby. Just a speed limit. So I made a. Oh, man. I don't even know if I should tell this story. I'm not going to tell. Anyway, so maybe I'll tell it next time. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I love you. I will see you on the next episode of Preacher in the Park, doing a podcast. 3 P's. Pause. 4 P's. I'll see you later. Okay. Just in case, you know, these turn off, let me do the intro. Randomly, bro, I've been missing.